Peace and power, peace and power. Yeah, I be swearing I can sing. You can't tell me. Okay, so we're gonna get on here and talk about it. Now, I have kept silent for some years now on this topic because I have a lot of people that I socialize with, and I just don't be want to hurt no feelings. And so I just get quiet. Anybody that know me know if I get quiet, I know something. Okay. So that's what's been going on. And so right now, there is a channel that I want to share, but I won't. But I'm gonna talk about what she's talking about on her channel. The only reason I don't want to share her particular channel is because um I know this person through somebody, and they were known for a lot of scamming. And so I ain't saying people can't change, but everybody know. Sages I see. And so we kind of like see people's behavior before we know them. And so just certain people I never link up with because, if you got shifty energy, I can't really fuck with it. Excuse my language. And so I have been teaching sovereignty for, I'll say, the past 3 years. I have my own class. Y'all don't be mad at me. My class was up on a website that got taken down. They went out of business. And so now my class is on another platform. And I have to update my links because, matter of fact, I need to go on my link tree and just cut that link off. But they're no longer taking payments. The website is shut down. But just in general, when you're speaking about sovereignty, you are trying to separate your straw man from yourself, the true you, I say. And so, in doing so, you don't go about changing your last name. I see so much, and I ain't gonna say stupid, but ignorant stuff going on in the world. I no longer have the energy to talk about it, to even talk about it. And so when I see people going through the process of changing their name, and I just be looking, that's on you. So this young lady, she talks about sovereignty, the true people. And so when you hear Morris talking about what you call yourself, they just really be on this high horse as if they've studied everything. They study what benefits them. Let's be clear. Not benefits the whole, but what benefits them. When you're talking about community, you're talking about what benefits the whole. And so, shout out to all the Moors, but I'm here to talk about it tonight. We're gonna talk about it. And so, this young lady has a lot of connections. And so, in her connections, what she found to be true, you can go to the FBI's website. The Moors is up under the FBI's umbrella of organized groups. And so when you see all these companies and businesses signing people up to become a part of that umbrella, first of all, you are taking your name off the land. We were not all on the sea. I don't even know. I mean, when people talk about this, y'all, I just be incredibly baffled. I be baffled beyond measure. We weren't all on the sea. It doesn't make sense. How can the land grow all these things if we were all selling along and selling stuff? It makes no sense. Somebody had to be on the land growing the stuff to sell or making the things to sell. That's why we were different families. Families of masons, families of builders, families of people that sew. There were different tribes. So anybody pushing to group everybody together up on an umbrella, I'm sorry, they're up. Okay, and I've been wanting to say this for so long. Woo, let me say it again. They are an op. The other thing is, people don't think they have to study history. In order to know where you're going, you have to study where we have been. If not, you're going to be on this wheel and history's going to continue to repeat itself. If the Moors had all this knowledge and they been new, why aren't there any schools, places of central business? We're talking to Dr. Clark. He said, is that the man name? It might be Amos. Anyway, one of these elders was speaking on Breakfast Club, and he was saying, if you don't have a central place of business for your people, schools, and an army, you're not a group. You can go around. I see y'all out here in these costumes. I can't wrap my head. I personally don't care. If you want to wear feathers, okay, y'all really be on one. Y'all get these feathers. Y'all ordering these feathers off Amazon. You ain't even gonna make the feather yourself. You got an Amazon feather hat. I buy this stuff for my seed to play in. Okay. Y'all can dress in the same outfit. We see the Hebrews, they dressed in the purple. They look good. They color coordinated. I love purple. Purple with the gold trim. I love it. But at the end of the day, if you don't have a central place of business, okay, schools and the military, okay, let's go back to the drawing board, right? And so, y'all, I've been wanting to speak on it. Ooh, my throat chakra was clogged because I was associated with certain people, and I don't like stepping on toes. I'm very courteous to my friends, and so it was just like, whew. I would hear people just lying. If you don't study history, you shouldn't be going around teaching nobody now. I'm just gonna keep it real. Y'all, I got the receipts. Go in my archive. Okay? Sag is the history. Sag is the teacher. Okay? Sag remains a student because of this. Now, we're talking about the people groups. I don't care what kind of tag you got. We're going to go ahead and jump off the porch with it. You can have a fez or some feathers on, baby. Okay? If you do not have a central place of business, a military, and schools, let's trash it. I seen somebody post Dr. Umar. I used to like Dr. Umar. Raised all this money for the school. We still ain't got no school. This Negro still talking. I'm going to need everybody in the community that ain't doing shit to stop talking. Okay? Okay? I got to let it out. I'm going to let it out today. If you ain't doing nothing, we over the talking. You can stand on a soapbox in front of your house. Do not film it. We don't care. We don't. Niggas been talking since I got on this platform 8 years ago. Okay? Ain't nobody doing nothing. Niggas have been sold and bought. Okay? Okay. And so, in that, I don't even want to be associated. And that's the other thing. So, all these groups that's up under the FBI umbrellas, that's why I don't associate with none of you Negroes. Okay? If you don't have any genealogy done, you can't prove nothing. You can sit and say do nothing. You can sit and say do something. All this is just the community not being community. It's not you building. It's not you thinking of the collective. Everybody out here teaching. Everybody's a guru. Everybody's spiritual. What you seeing in the spiritual community is the spiritual people realize, oh, this can be monetized. Okay. So now they monetizing our rituals and stuff. That's what makes stuff watered down. Because first of all, you shouldn't be teaching that to everybody anyway. It was rites of passage. Everybody wasn't a spiritualist. Not everybody a spiritual guru. Everybody doing healing. This is why I don't mess with you niggas. I just don't. Don't pray for me. Don't send me no Reiki. Okay? No thank you. Okay? I ain't flexing. If I don't know you, keep your meditations to yourself. Okay? And then on top of that, y'all tuning in. Every time these people go live, what was a download for me today was the spiritual people have become the energy vampires. Now they want you to pay for these platforms, follow them from platform to platform. They ain't talking about shit. And then acting like their message is so special that you gotta pay for it. Listen, if I mess with you, I mess with you. And I don't mind paying. You ask anybody. My street cred is good, okay? When I say community, I'm out here practicing what I preach. All these people, they are energy vampires. You don't see these people trying to build no community. You see them in labels. They in lace fronts. I'm just saying, can we see your hair, sister? That's why I can't be saying just anybody on my platform, because it's like, I would rather have the brothers come on here. The brothers can be wrong up and down the street. They come on here genuine and real. That's what I'm on. A true kind heart. You get what I'm saying? I don't be agreeing with everybody, but just at the end of the day, all that faking it till you make it or just being connected to a group, and I just be baffled. Now, I said this on my podcast 6 months ago. The spiritual conscious community is now a joke. Now you see YouTube, the people getting paid, y'all will subscribe, y'all will support these jokers. I've been on YouTube 8 years and still ain't monetized. I asked y'all to subscribe, comment, like. Y'all can't do that. But y'all to go over to these jokers page, they getting paid all this money and ain't building shit, can't show you what they doing with the money. They in full labels. They still a slave. You get what I'm saying? And so it's like, that's what y'all like. That's why I did the Kevin Samuels video. That's what y'all like. I'm out here gardening every day. Y'all don't want to support my gardening class. Shout out to my gardening class. People that do support, I love you. I do. Y'all want to support that. Y'all still complaining about all the agendas, but won't grow your own food. You ain't got time for that. You scared that if you don't go clock in, it's going to all fall apart. How spiritual can you be if you're afraid that if you don't go clock in, it's going to all fall apart? You don't think that your gift will support you? And that's what I'm saying. I digress. The thing is, y'all want to talk about Kevin Samuels. You had the people that's rejoicing, and then you had the people that's sad, 10 toes down, like they knew the man personally, child. It's a hot mess. You won't even post a video about your auntie who passed. But you all on this man, this stranger's jock. Hey, go mouth. And you support them. Now, me personally, and I'm keep real, I like anybody that dares to be different. I like Kevin Samuels. Did I agree with everything he said? No, I didn't. He wasn't talking to me. All I know is big girls that's married. All I know is women with 4-5 children still catching a Negro. I'm from the South. All I know is melanated black families married. So the stuff he was saying, it was to a certain group. I also know women that have this long list of things that the man got to have to step to them, and they ain't bringing it to the table. What he say? Party of one? Listen, you can't make it up. And so he dared to be himself. May he rest in power. I don't know the ins and outs. I don't know if he died on top of someone. I don't know. That ain't my business. I don't care. I'm over here focusing on my own orgasms, Over here focusing on trying to be a better wife, a better mom. Over here focusing on this garden in case these people shut these markets down. And I ain't even gonna go to the extent okay? Nobody's coming here to take anything. Because the thing is, if you cared that much, you would be prepared. Y'all talk about ancestors, but won't do what ancestors did. You think you're better than the ancestors to the point you're like, we ain't our ancestors. That's the most disrespectful shit. Your they don't put a whole narrative about your ancestors. And you're like, oh, listen, shut it down. And so, back to the original conversation. If you are changing your name, you are taking your name off the land. If you are associating with any of these groups up under the FBI's profile, okay, this girl done went in and dug the receipts. It's online. All the groups that's under the FBI, the Moors is on that list. And so when you start associating yourself, and it's not just the Moors, the Hebrews on that list. That's why my husband's like, oh, we don't do no religion. You damn right, we don't. My religion is Katie Ruth Daniels, okay? That's my religion, the matriarch of my family. I can feel it in my bones that we rich. And whether I get it by the genealogy or getting it how I live out there in that garden, it's coming. My magic is out there. You get what I'm saying? And so, committed to a fault. Right. And so it's like, okay, y'all will follow all these. I remember I had a conversation with somebody about the pills. We know who these people is. Didn't nobody want to touch the conversation? I don't care. I'm going to say it. If you have a big following on social media and you were not censored for telling the truth during the pandemic, you is an agent. They censored little old me. I don't have half the followers. And so y'all get these appointed agents and make them y'all gods. Bow down, okay? And it's just odd. And so when I brought it up, people were in their feelings. They were appalled that I had said it. And it's like, what planet? And let me tell you something. Just because somebody get downloads don't make them spiritual. Sometimes those downloads are just for that particular person. Stop deifying everybody you got them see. Because they've got their head wrapped or some old other shit. I'm in a whole group in a class. You know, yeah, I love classes. But when you trying to tell me if I ain't dressed a certain type of way, if I ain't got my head wrapped, I can't be on this spiritual level, I ain't buying it. Okay? Everybody know the American Indian was wild. Not too much care for no rules. And so I ain't even gonna listen. I ain't buying it. When you're talking about women covering all of, it's cool if that's your thing. But I want to go back to when we wearing leaves to cover up with. You know what I'm saying? Like, bare minimum. Less is more. That's me. And so, I ain't finna have on no goddamn whole dress down to the floor. And my hair, y'all, do you know how hot it get here? 100 and something degrees, and my hair's up on, and I can't. So all the religions in the world won't trick me. Hey, hey, April. It's just the buffoonery. Y'all follow anybody. Y'all go out here and make these people your gods instead of tapping in with the ancestors. And the thing about that is the ancestors is who have left you property. You got property held up in the courts, but you won't even go do your damn genealogy. You faithfully following these goddamn foreigners, though. That's the other thing. You out here following foreigners left and right. You doing what they do, acting how they act, eating how they eat. Listen, I've been wanting to say this for 6 months. I feel so much lighter. And if you unsubscribe, take your ass on, okay? Because when you come over here, you're going to get the truth. This girl is pulling up land patents. All the documents are on the damn website showing you your ancestors had land, but you believe in the motherfucker talking about you was a slave from Africa. You ain't never seen Africa, don't know one African dialect, don't know one African flag. You walk around here with a goddamn dashiki on. It's hotter than a... And the Africans have said that you are stealing their culture. They said it. They said it. They said you're not from there. You want to be African so bad. Ooh, you want to be everybody but you. It's kind of a harsh reality. And so me, I kindly just either be quiet or just be minding my business. Because when it all is said and done, only you can redeem your family name. And if you're not doing the goddamn work, don't expect nothing different. Your ass gonna be born into the corporation, working till you die. If you scared to go out there and do your genealogy and try to see if you had some land somewhere, your ass deserve to be a part of the corporation till you die. Okay? Don't let nobody tell you no different. Y'all out here trying to be sold dreams left and right. You still out there. You vote in every election. When you vote, it's you saying that you need foreigners to rule over you. Everybody in office at this point is a goddamn foreigner. These people coming, flooding the country, and then telling you they fight for your rights by fighting for you to kill your babies. The only thing they want to fight for you about is you having abortions. Don't you find it odd? When we gonna wake up? I'm finna go back to the original channel when I used to be talking my shit and telling the truth on here. I tried to dress it up and package it. That shit don't work. Y'all will not subscribe. Y'all won't hit the notification, won't like, won't comment. That's fine. Most of my support comes from strangers anyway. That's the thing. And so you ain't gotta like it. I'm gonna be on here telling my truth from now on. We're gonna continue to do the book club, but we're gonna get back into this genealogy. If you don't know that you are from here and that you're rich and wealthy and know how to get what's yours, we're gonna try to help you get back on track. I had a Caucasian come tell me the other day that where I live at, the lake was a city. Do you know these motherfuckers walking around here like zombies? Like they don't know the city that was at the lake was their ancestors. This happened in Lake Lanier in Georgia. This happened in Mississippi, South Carolina. They have flooded all your goddamn cities when you was rich. Oklahoma. You hear Black Wall Street, it wasn't just in Oklahoma. They have flooded all your cities. And then you can't seem to care about the history. I can't. That's why I be by myself most of the time. Because motherfuckers want to talk about surface shit and I really be on some other shit all the time. I would love to talk about the weather and the sports. That just ain't never been my thing. Go back in my videos and see what I was talking about 2014. I'll never be on the surface. I'm trying to live my best life, and I know that we rich. I have dreams about the wealth, and it's coming. It's coming. And I'm going to start talking about this shit because y'all want to talk about everything but your goddamn birthright. Your birthright says that you're wealthy, but you have followed the ways of the foreigner, and you done got comfortable with that shit. How you living in lack? You living in lack. Check to check. It's gonna all fall apart if you follow your passion. That's lack mindset. We're reading about that in the book. Scarcity mindset. And so you scared. It's gonna all fall apart if I don't clock in. No. And then most of y'all know that Bible. It tells you that your gift is where your riches at. That's why I know y'all really don't believe. It's just popular. You get what I'm saying? Everything is a fad. When my grandma used to talk about Bible, she was pretty much wealthy, and she was not afraid. My grandma had never worked nowhere for nobody. Okay, that's where y'all see this coming from. She never did, and she was never broke. Capricorn, never broke. Get out of your fear. And like I said, people come and go. Y'all, I really could care less at this point. I'm finna be 42. At this point, I can count my friends on one hand. Okay? And I ain't mad. I want to be surrounded by people that are not afraid and that are not glued to the corporation and that really are able to step out on their faith. I'm looking at this chick who has a record of scamming, and she's found her niche. And so in her niche, she's found genealogy and riches. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, so we're going to talk about it. All y'all know went out there and changed your last name. All of y'all that are still sitting in them churches. We're going to talk about everybody. I've been wanting to say this, like I said, for forever. You can continue to go. It's no sweat off my balls, I promise. It's just ludicrous that you can find time for that, but not find time to do your genealogy. You can find time to change your last name. You can find time to get you a fez. You can find time to do all of these things except for your own genealogy. That's the issue. Do your genealogy. Y'all want to be in costumes. Y'all want to live in fear. It's disgusting. It's really a whole low vibration. Okay? I cut the camera off because it's going to tell Masie good night. And we're going to keep going. I'm going to actually play some of the video. And y'all might be familiar with her voice. I can't support anything I don't know at this point. She was just saying how they were hacking her and following her. I don't even want to be associated. But give me 2 minutes. You want to say good night?
Good night.
Good night. Pharaoh saying good night. Give me 2 minutes. Okay. So, yeah. Y'all won't do your genealogy. And then you living in a lack, scarcity mindset. And then when people are talking real, listen. You have people that are afraid of their gifts. You will continue to do everything that outside of operating your gift. You want to follow people. You want to idolize people. Y'all waiting for a motherfucker to go live so they can pull out these cards. Anybody can pull cards. Anybody can buy these cards and pull them. It's not that complicated. The cards are a tool that you use along with spirit. And so y'all let motherfuckers break up y'all relationship. They pull a card. They pulling the same card over and over again, which is an indication their card is for them. And they telling you it's for you, and y'all falling apart in y'all relationships. You should not be idolizing no one at this point. Like I said, the spiritualists have sold out. I'm going to talk about it. They want to be paid. They don't want to support nobody back. They have all these followers. Don't want to support nobody back. They continue to ask you for money, whatever they have going on. They are promoting labels. They have been bought and sold. And that's what I'm saying. When are you going to edify you in your life? Then y'all won't grow a goddamn vegetable. That's the other thing. You won't put a piece of fruit in the ground. They telling you it's going to be a shortage when it comes to food because they are planting it. And you don't have a cucumber growing. A cucumber. Because you're too busy. And I'm going to talk about it. Y'all want to meditate 9 times a week. Ain't that wrong with meditation? But if your meditation ain't telling you to grow a piece of food, something is off. So I'm going to get back to roasting. I think I've been quiet for way too long. Trying not to hurt people's feelings. I love the connections I made. But yeah, we're going to get back to speaking the truth because now y'all done went too far. And so this young lady, we're going to listen to her in a minute. She's telling you how you can go to certain websites to find your family's things. And if you want to know the lady, DM me. And how I'll respond, if you don't like, comment, and share. Like I say, y'all support everybody except for people that's being real. Except for people being real. That's why y'all so mad at Kevin Samuels. He kept it real. You got all these things you want from a man and ain't got $2 in the bank account. Then you too good. I remember somebody commented on my Instagram and said that I was married to a prisoner. Bitch, you better put some respect on his name. He has 4 degrees, bitch. Okay? That was my response. My thing is, all of our family and friends are locked up. They are being targeted. And guess what y'all do? Get your degrees and act like you better than them. You get your jobs and act like you better than them. Settle down. Okay? I've always talked to people with records. Not gonna stop. I got family members that just been released. A couple of them. And I wish a mother would. Okay? Okay. Yeah. Y'all really be teeing me off. And then, like I said, the cult-like behavior, you following people to the extent these folks ain't never supported you in no type of way. I had to wake up from my slumber this year. Supporting folks that talk about community but have no intentions on being a community. In order to build community, you have to reach out to people and actually talk to them and get to know them. These spiritualists are out here chasing a bag. They won't do anything for free. And then they get to certain status and think that they don't have to be held accountable. Nobody wants to hear anything in relation to being held accountable or accountability. And so I'm going to talk about it. And then y'all hanging on their air where, oh, so always dropping gems. That's what y'all love to say. They're always dropping gems. Them motherfuckers is dropping rocks. Y'all are calling them gems. They be stealing people content. I did 3 full videos on mitochondria 3 months ago. Okay? 3 months ago. I digress. So we're gonna listen to some of this video. And I'm gonna go back to gardening after I make this video. And all my videos from this point forward will be me being me and keeping it real. So let's go on over here. I'm gonna turn it down a little. She just feel a little loud.
But it's hundreds of thousands of these files. Hundreds of thousands of these files. For the YouTubers who hack
She's talking about right now, a couple of people hacked her stuff. My thing is, when you're on YouTube and all you have on is labels and shit, that makes you a target. They figure, maybe you won't notice. My thing is, you out here grinding, but you're paying it back to these corporations, the people that you say you ain't talking to, and all these foreigners. I cannot support anybody that act like they ain't got sense enough to know that we need to be supporting us at this point in time. I'll associate, I'll laugh, I'll kiki, but when it comes down to business and you don't know who you are, yeah, miss me with it, okay? So I'm gonna skip this part because I feel like, you don't say too kindly, but you're on here popping and flexing.
You will be investigated. In fact, you're already being investigated. Who have been incarcerated due to filing the wrong stuff. Apparently, that's around a square. To move it out of Eric's property, and in that property, person on 1/4, one person on 1/8, one person on half, and if the 1/8 is bought, then every other person's land is up for grabs. Which demographic, please? Please, which demographic?
What she's talking about right now is how your family is leaving you land, and then you got that thirsty cousin that's trying to share or sell their part. And in selling their part, the corporations come through and take everybody else's land. Shout out to everybody who has had family fortune and sell it to these corporations. You are the real sellout. You the enemy that you talk about. We've heard the rumors. Y'all so thirsty. You're living in lack, won't budget your money. I can't stand a motherfucker that be talking about what they ain't got, and then when they get some, they blowing that shit away. Anybody who know me, I've always lived frugal. And y'all know me, and y'all know I make money. Sag is ruled by Jupiter. You get what I'm saying? We don't lack. Just because I have it doesn't mean I'm going to squander it away. And so we've seen in several families, big mama, grandmama, shout out to all the grannies that are calling themselves grannies. We live in a society now where grandma don't want to be called grandma. So you call yourself yaya, grandma. Call yourself grandma. See, this is the difference. Grandma had wisdom. The yayas and the grandmoms, where is goddamn wisdom? This bunch of dumb shit. This is what I'm talking about. I love my grandmama, and I'm glad that she wasn't calling herself none of this ignorant ass shit y'all making up. You don't want to be called grandma. Grandma is the matriarch of the family. She is where the wisdom lies. But instead of embracing it, y'all trying to stay young. We all got to go. Everybody on the time clock. And so you can call yourself an elephant. But when it's your time, you're going to get the hell up out here. Okay? And so this is what she's talking about.
I got to show you something really quickly. I ain't going to be on here long tonight, but I had to break the internet real quick. Cause we asked for restitution, everybody playing dumb, and people act like land ownership, the theft of land ownership isn't tied directly into our situation today.
And I keep telling people, you're not getting no goddamn restitution. As long as you claiming black, y'all want to be black so bad, black everything, black love. It's just some ignorant shit. You brown, you American Indian. They taking Negro off your birth certificate because they know the Negro is the American Indian. You all cheered for that ignorant shit. And so in that, Oh, they owe us. They not giving you nothing. Black holds no standing at law. They don't owe you nothing. Black is a corporate entity that they done made up, and you just black power. That's some ignorant shit. It's ignorance. Okay? Then on top of that, when somebody's correcting you, I correct people all day. Melanated. If you're gonna say something, let's say melanated. You're appalled. You think that person don't want to be black. They have stolen your land rights because you're calling yourself a color and you're brown. Okay? And so it's just ignorance. Now she's about to talk about, and she's going to play for you a couple of people that are battling with their family trying to sell their portion of land. And one lady had to pay 10 grand back to get the land back that she already owned. Greed. Squandering away your wealth. This is why family ain't always family. I ain't finna be connected to nobody that's keeping me broke. I don't give a damn what you got going on. We can be best cousins. I'm gonna put your ass on ice. Hey. Y'all gotta excuse my language. I'm finna get back to doing my thing on my channel. This is how I talk. And so all that dressing this shit up that ain't working, y'all don't listen, okay? So some of y'all need to be cussed out.
Which demographic? Smart people. Somebody said so-called African Americans.
Calling yourself African. I ain't never been to Africa.
Which demographic? One family member sells and the whole family loses it. Which demographic is dealing with heirs property? Please tell somebody. Somebody said real indigenous Americans. Please tell me. Somebody said us. I take it he's a Negro who said us.
Negro means American Indian. Look it up.
Let me bring some to y'all back to y'all remembrance. Let me show y'all two clips right quick. Please get the Negroes of America in here. I need to show y'all two clips right quick concerning this situation. Okay?
The vulnerability of black land isn't limited to the coastline. It's widespread throughout the United States.
This the ignorant shit I'm talking about. And so you get land. I tell anybody, if you got land, why would you sell it? You get land and you instead of getting yourself a trust to make sure that your family keeps that land in your family, you out here taking out second and third mortgages on your house. Y'all, when you become a homeowner and you talk to other homeowners, You hear some of the most ignorant shit. I know stuff happen, but most stuff happen because you are dealing with financial trauma. That's why I was teaching Forex so hard. You can't manage your damn money. And so you hit on hard times because you're trying to live like you got it. So you're taking second and third mortgages out on your home. And your homes are not in trust. And so what they do when you pass is try to swindle you back out of the property you've been working 30 years to pay for, right? And so in this, what she's saying is these colonizers are recolonizing. They're coming back into the city. They had moved into the suburbs. Now they want the city back, and so they're coming in numbers, buying up everything. Same thing going on here. You have one person that is buying up all the houses around here. And first of all, it's illegal for foreigners to own land. That's been on the books since way back when. But you don't know law. You don't have time to study law or history. And so you're on the struggle bus, and that's pretty much your life story. You working so hard that you don't have time to go to the courthouse to see if your family left you heirs property. I be so sick of y'all. And like I said, I'm finna start cussing y'all out because at the end of the day, y'all don't want to hear the truth. We're going back to Kevin Samuels. Y'all was mad at this man because he was telling the truth and empowering men. Telling men to be more choosy with who they share their energy with. Now, when women said it's all good. But when a man said, oh, he tearing down no, it go both ways. Why the men can't have a champion? And so in that, it's just like, okay, we have families that have been wealthy, and you find this property and you sell it like a fool. What they say? A fool will always part with his money. Y'all know I have quotes for days. Folks like, oh, you can't remember this, you can't remember that. I remember them quotes. They straight to the point. A fool will always part with their money. Y'all have a car and take out a damn loan on your car that you own. I have a 98, and guess what? I have never taken a loan out. Why? It's mine. Why would I take a loan out on my own? It's an asset. And so it's levels of financial trauma. Along with that, you all are going out here listening to foreigners. Let me get in the mic. You listening to foreigners changing your last name, taking your name off of the land. You listen to a motherfucker tell you was on boats. I can't make this up. Your grandma ain't never been on a cruise, but you listening to a motherfucker tell you was on boats all the time and selling the world and selling stuff. That wasn't you, dog. It wasn't you. You were not on boats, okay? The boats came here and you were selling goods, and the boats brought back the colonizers with them. Let's keep it real. Y'all don't want to hear the truth. The colonizers came back with the people that do sell on the water, selling stuff, because they went bragging to the colonizer that there was wealth here, and they brought them all back in an agreement that they would not be enslaved or invaded, and they got enslaved and invaded anyway. That's what they did, okay? And then if I want to say, oh, that was the past, the past will keep repeating itself until you change it. Y'all can stay in delusion. I don't care. I'm doing my thing. I don't care how lost you stay and how long you move. You can move into lost. You can move in. I don't care. My thing is, let's stop pretending that we want community when you're not acting or functioning like a community. Who the hell in a family would have 80 acres and then one person gonna sell their acres to put everybody else in danger? That's a person living in lack. That's a lack mindset, and it's just lack. And when you talking about the rights of indigenous people, you're not talking about motherfuckers that wasn't on the land. If you was on boats and shit, that don't apply to you. I read that over on Instagram. They won't let me download my content. So you have to go over there and find those videos. I read each and every one. So you'll know your rights. You're not interested in knowing your rights, though. You want to be oppressed. And so, you know, you don't have no responsibility if you're oppressed. All you can do is walk around and be sad about this shit. These people are telling you over and over. They burning down all the food facilities. They're paying the farmers not to grow the food. They're telling you they are creating a food shortage and you won't grow a goddamn tomato or cucumber. Okay? Let's keep going. Okay? Like, I don't get it.
For us to move it out of heirs property status. And in that process, costs from probate to title clearance.
Y'all don't want to hear it from me. She just said it again. They flooded all of your cities. They flooded them. You weren't slaves. You were very wealthy. They flooded your cities and gave you the title African American to disconnect you from the land. Then they gave you a brown face, Mr. Barack, and you was digging his swag. This nigga was smoking Newports, a cigarette that has rat poison in it. And y'all was so into his swag and talking about the first lady who may or may not be a man. And he moved to take Negro off your birth certificate to remove you from your lands. And you cheered him on. Because you want to be oppressed so bad. Negro was just such a bad thing for you. They have fooled you and you like it. And so what she just said was she was telling people not to vote. I tell people that, and then y'all had a whole little dialogue on Instagram. If you don't vote, you don't get to talk about that. Yes, fuck we do. Excuse my language. My channel really ain't for children anyway. I get to talk about it. When you vote, you're voting for foreigners to rule over you. The Democratic Party is a party for the foreigners. They want to flood this country with foreigners, and they want to make sure you're gone. They got a whole plan by 2050. They saying you're going to be wiped out. Y'all out here mixing out your bloodlines, and I'm going to talk about it today. Mixing out your bloodlines, and then when somebody say something about it, you in your feelings. They are predicting this land to be light-skinned by 2050. No more Negroes. But you don't want to talk about it. You don't. You don't. You want to be oppressed so bad, and then when shit be happening, there's a whole bunch of stuff is constantly happening. Y'all want to argue. Y'all wanted to argue about the election. We were telling y'all it was between a person that you know is racist or somebody that's a covert racist. Y'all want the covert racist. And then he got in office and hasn't did anything for yours. I ain't gonna call you a stupid. Ignorant ass. When you ignorant means you don't know. And so y'all put on your pearls. y'all were duped by a light-skinned lady married to a Caucasian, and y'all were putting on y'all pearls because all during her running, she was identifying as you. And then she got in office and identified as Asian. That's what y'all get. That's what y'all get. That's that self-hate. Self-hate be on 10 for me. When I be looking out in the world, I be like, ooh, yeah. That's why I be keeping my child away from a lot of y'all. Y'all don't deserve it. He is a pure bred royalty, honey. And a lot of y'all will never see him. Like, he want a YouTube channel. I just ain't feeling it. I feel like that's your energy. Meet us on Patreon so you can get to know him on Patreon, you know. But let's keep going.
The titles from our family members, and then
So let's talk about Monroe, Georgia. Back in the day, I talked to my uncle. When you go to funerals and stuff, instead of crying and carrying on, you should be talking to the elders, asking questions. A lot of y'all out here celebrating death every year. Y'all making t-shirts, y'all releasing look. Woosah. You should be out here really asking questions, getting to the bottom of who the family was. And so my uncle said that they were coming through Monroe, Georgia, threatening anybody who was identifying with American Indian. And so that's why they stopped telling people that they was Indian. They were hanging them. They were being found dead. And so what I do at a funeral is I get with the old people and talk to them. The young people really be on some ignorant shit, and it really be below me. I kick it. Everybody know I kick it. No judgment. You do your thing. But I'm finna get the information. So I'm asking questions and writing down the answers. And so your families were scared to keep identifying as Indian because they were killing them. Because they know you have rights to the land. They just told you in Bucksport, which is 20, 30 miles from Myrtle Beach, the developers are targeting the area. Another story. They harassed my grandfather until he moved. I don't know if he sold the land or he was forced off. But when you talk about sharecropping, it does not mean you were a slave. It means that you were sharing your crops. These people came here and were extorting your ancestors. They wanted to be paid in crops. And if they couldn't pay up, then they found a reason to take their land. I don't have no respect for nobody that's not out here trying to get to their family history. Y'all be out here complaining and living in lack when you can be getting to the money. It's already yours. And so now, Bucksport is being targeted.
Let me show y'all something real quick.
So what she's going over now is holding up heirs cards. They recorded everything. They tell you couldn't read or write. You didn't read or write their language. Okay? Stop saying your ancestors couldn't read or write. Now you so versed in English, you don't know your grandma was speaking Geechee to you. You so proper in your tone. You don't forgot all parts of who you are. When I hear somebody correcting my child in his speech, the insides of me be boiling, okay? He's speaking in his dialect. His D's are very hard because of his ancestry. Okay? When you study the Hebrew language, the D is the da. You're supposed to say da. You say it with power. And so when you correcting your children to speak proper English, you have been properly colonized. That's not your language. English is a bastard language. It's not even an old language. Your language was ancient. And so they make these stories up about how, oh, they couldn't read or write. They couldn't read or write the colonizers' language. There were different languages, just like Africa has over 200 languages. You don't speak one and you steady claiming Africa. The other thing is you be shunning your own people. You've been so properly colonized and educated that if somebody is not doing what you're doing, shout out to everybody with the degrees. Kevin Samuel said people ain't interested in your degree. They not. They not. The degree people can't even find a job. And everybody else is in student loan debt. Your degree equals debt. That's what Kevin Samuels was talking about. How you'll go out here and go to school and act like you better than the men in your community because you got this piece of paper and what you got is $300,000 in debt because you got your doctorate. You feeling all special and shiny. Go sit down. What is it? Simmer down. Okay? And so what card I just pulled was the love card. This is tough love. And that's what I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to always speak the truth. There's no more dialing this shit back. I'm going to be on here. Every time y'all hear me talk, it'll be the truth. In my true tone. Not dying it down. Not trying to colonize it or corporatize it. You're going to get this real. This is work. It's just saying how tomatoes are a fruit. Tomatoes will inspire and invite love into your life of all types and on all levels. Alignment is signified, as are chances for an increase in assets. Your assets is there. That's what we're talking about tonight. This is the card I pulled for this live. This is your assets. I just planted some tomatoes the other day. You motherfuckers won't plant a tomato. Tomatoes grow back. They drop on the ground and grow 5 more plants. My grandma loves tomatoes. I grow them every year. Eat them with black pepper and salt like she did. You won't even do what your ancestors did. You won't take care of a damn tomato plant. You worried about how your yard looks. I remember this girl I grew up with. She shall remain nameless. She ain't important. I was like, oh, okay, congratulations on the house. I was like, are y'all gonna do y'all landscaping and food versus just cute bushes and shit? And she was just offended that I asked her, well, she gonna grow some goddamn food. Same motherfuckers be in these malls, paying for these labels. And then if it's a food shortage, you acting like the president personally know you and should save your damn life. Ignorant shit. Okay? I grew up with them. And you won't grow a damn tomato. It also says that plans are liable to change, and if you should be ready to adaptation in this and other areas, be careful to communicate effectively with your partner and close friends. And so my partner and close friends, the only people that get the censored version of me. Okay. Everybody else get this real. Really, y'all really be playing in my face. Don't be in my goddamn DMs acting like we know each other, trying to harvest my energy. Because I don't be with that shit. You can say, hey, that's fine. But I'm a sad, so I prefer you being in my DMs getting straight to business. Okay? If you're not talking about no business, joining my gardening class, joining me in training, creating community and wealth, then yeah. I already got a couple of people that's harvesting energy. I don't need a whole roster of energy vampires. I don't. And so, yeah. I'm coming to y'all in love, like I always do. I'm not sugarcoating shit else. Y'all like hearing some stupid shit, I'm gonna come on here and tell y'all. Leave that man alone, Kevin Samuels. It don't matter who he died on top of and all that. It don't matter. That's not your business. What he was saying was, you ladies that done went to school and college educated and got good jobs and all that, thinking that you're better than men in your community, that's a mental blockage. It's a mental blockage. You're not better than the men in your community. You're not. And if you drawing in dogs, it's something about you. It's something on the inside of you that draws in dogs. Let's keep it real. Been there, done that. When you change your own vibration, the people you attract to yourself will change. So let's not blame the men. Y'all didn't like Kevin Samuels because he told some goddamn truth. And on the up and up, a lot of y'all single, like he said, because you have all these goddamn standards. Way out of this space standards, and I ain't bringing shit to the table. Really, but some emotional baggage. Okay? And so I just want to share that with y'all. She finna go into showing some screenshots. Like I said, I'm not gonna show that on my channel. If she being targeted and hacked, honey, I don't need all that on my channel. I have been shadow banned for months. None of you wrote in and tried to get my channels unshadow banned. And so that's why I'm finna get back on here and start letting y'all ass know how it is for real. Because it's just like, even if somebody's putting their platform on the line, you all don't support that. I wouldn't be surprised if Kevin Samuels got picked off by one of us. When motherfuckers out there telling y'all the truth, y'all don't care. Y'all keep scrolling. My page was banned for months, and none of y'all said a goddamn thing. Nor did you try to come over here and subscribe to get my channel monetized. And it's cool because I know it's coming. Shout out to everybody that has subscribed. Everybody that comments, likes, and shares. I appreciate you. To the people that come over here lurking, hey, shout out to the lurkers. They everywhere. They on every platform. They won't support you in public, but they'll come see what you're talking about. And so, yeah. I'm going to get on off here because y'all know I got to finish this video. And then I'm going to go ahead and create some more content. Just trying to get both my platforms monetized. That's it. We talking about 13 streams of income. It starts with doing the work. Period. If you ain't on these platforms trying to make no money, I don't know. We just a different breed. If you on the platforms, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and you ain't making no money, we just a different breed. You lurking, and I'm trying to be monetized. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. Peace and power. And I'm out.